This game was initially created with 48 hours for Asylum Jam. Asylum Jam. Alright. Hello, everybody. I am the fucking bear, and this is Tenome. Tenome. I'm just gonna click start. That was what the fuck. What? And thus started the curse of the Tenome. Oh, thus really did start the curse of the Tenome. I mean, some Five Nights at Freddy's shit. Alright. Okay, I'll do that. Press the B key to cycle through screen brightness presets. I'm good where we are. Why did this game default to potato settings? And I put it all the way up and I'm still getting 150 frames per second. Who was clip-clopping their feeties along the way? Oh yeah, I have asthma. As implicated by the inhaler upon my desk. What the fuck was with the feets? Okay, I'm feeling really uncomfortable right now. We got milk and an eraser. Can't go upstairs, apparently. Okay. What key? See, I'm worried that it giving me that pop-up meant that the key was near and I was supposed to be respondimating to the whispers that were already occurring. So, when exactly are we going to encounter the guy with the vagina on his chest? From the, thingy. Red, I guess, if I had to choose. See, I don't know if this is going to be the case. Well, I think one good way to design a horror game, an indie horror game, would be to build it up to make you think it's going to be like a Slender clone of just, you know, escape, you know, the thing he's going to chase you and yada, yada, yada. But instead of just the traditional, it roams and it's coming for you and you just got to get away, which is scary at first but gets old after a while. Just have most of the level not have anything, and so you're just always waiting for it to fucking get you. I mean, that probably won't be the case. It's probably going to be just at some point it's going to start chasing, and then it's going to be a part of the level, and I got to get away from it. Why would you give me a pop-up about the whispers and the key? I hear whispers. Wait, no. Time out. I hear whispers. Who's stomping? Can I get under that? No. Okay, actually, you're kind of goofy. He's got to be in here because it sounds like it's coming from that way. Awesome. So we finally... it was above me. Stop doing that! I honestly can't tell if that's my feet or his. Because it sounds stompy, if I'm being honest. If I'm being really honest with you, it sounds stompy. I'm gonna say no. That's not even really a question. Is it a rhetorical question? I'm gonna say so. All right, that was decent. I'll put it like this. I liked that it didn't throw the enemy at you too soon. It would, because the enemy definitely would have gotten old after a while. But it had the creep factor. I'll put it like this. I enjoyed the first half of the game, or the demo, whatever the fuck it is, more than the second half. I think there's a lot of, I've talked about this in the past. I think when a game developer decides to make a indie horror game, they make a lot of assumptions about what they have to do with their game. And I'm not saying that's the case here. You never know if it's the case in any game, but it feels to me like a lot of times certain features are put in an indie horror game that don't really belong. Like, or not that they don't belong, but like you feel like maybe they would have been better without those features. Interestingly, this may be the first game I've ever played that has you run out of stamina, but actually has a storyline reason for it. And actually has a mechanic attached to it to get your stamina back. So I gotta credit that game. I've been playing indie horror games for fucking years, and this is the first time that's happened that I can remember. But like the creep factor was amazing in that first half. And then once the enemy was, because the problem is once, there's an enemy roaming, you have to deal with the enemy's mechanics. This was, the whole seeing with its hands thing. I'm assuming that, seeing with its hands is just part of the, lore of, my eyes watering. I got something in my eye and it's making it water. And this one. Get out of there. Anyway, I assume that there's probably like lore, and I find it interesting that the design has English names, and yet there was a lot of which isn't to say that it's not possible for someone from one culture to have a name in another, but I just. It seemed there's that because those gotta be like two of the most American names I've ever seen in my life. So I don't know, but like the actual mechanic of the monster, there wasn't anything special to it. Like it seeing with its eyes on its hand, that didn't change anything about how you actually dealt with the monster. But so once like I actually had to deal with the monster, I wouldn't say the game became shitty, but it dropped a peg in my opinion. The creep factor in the first half was way better than actually having to deal with the monster. That was just, just this. I'll probably it was the same shit I've been dealing with in indie horror games since the dawn of indie horror games. Whereas the creep factor at the beginning, I wouldn't say it was unique, but it was well done. So if like this was made into a full-fledged game, I would hope that you wouldn't abandon that creep factor. Like I'll put you this. I guess the best way to put it would be that before the monster shows up, when I hear a noise, I don't know what it is. Like I don't know. Okay, is that something coming? Once the monster's there, every time I hear a noise, I know what it is, and I know that I got to get away from it, and I know what I'm doing. The unknown factor is, better. But I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. You want to see something crazy? My keyboard, my mechanical keyboard that I've had for years, is finally dead because I spilled shit on it. And this is actually the second time I spilled shit on it. First time I was lucky. I was extremely lucky the first time I spilled shit on it because I spilled it on the right half. The half that I don't use when I'm playing video games. But this time I spilled shit on the left half. But I went in the basement. I dug out this old piece of shit. But, it was missing some keys, right? And so I took keys off of over here and replaced the keys that were missing. And then it was missing its space bar, so I took the right shift, and that's my space bar now. Which, I mean, you have your thumb in the middle of the space bar usually anyway, so it's not that big a deal. It works fine for me. Anyway, that'll do it. I enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.